The next one says factor a product of a quadratic trinomial and a monomial. Well, man, that's a mouthful. Trinomial just means we've got three terms there. When we factor this one, what we're going to do is factor out the greatest common factor first. That's why they're talking about a monomial. We're going to take out our greatest common factor first. Then we're going to look at what's left to see if we can factor a second time. So my greatest common factor, 9, 24, and 12 are all divisible by 3, right? I have an x to the 5th, an x to the 4th, and an x to the 3rd. I always take out the lowest one, so the x to the 3rd. And then I'm going to divide that out of all three terms. 9 divided by 3 is 3. With my variables, I subtract. 5 minus 3 gives me 2. So I get 3x squared there. 24 divided by 3 is a positive 8. 4 minus 3 is just 1x, so 8x in the middle. And then 12 divided by 3 is 4. 3 minus 3 is no x's left on the end of that, right? So what we're left with is one of those quadratic ones we've been factoring earlier with our two sets of parentheses. Sometimes it will not factor, not very often, but occasionally you get to a point where you say, there's no way I can factor it, and I leave my answer so it looks like this. Most of the time, you're going to be able to factor it a second time. This will come out in front, and then I'll factor what's in the parentheses. So the factors are 3x squared, 3x times x, or x times 3x, whichever order you wrote it down in. My signs, both of these are pluses, so we know both of these are pluses. I want the factors of 4 so that when I do the outside plus the inside, it adds up to 8. So it could be 1 and 4, could be 2 and 2. I'll let you plug them in and see which one you think works.
What number am I trying to get?
You're trying to get 8.
Oh, okay.
The 2 and the 2 work, right? Because my outside would be 6x, my inside is 2x, and 6 plus 2 is the 8 in the middle. So all of this is going to get typed in for my answer. So on number 11, if I have 9, a 33, and a 30, those are all divisible by 3. I have a v to the 7th, a v to the 6th, and a v to the 5th. I'm going to take out the lowest one, v to the 5th, right? So now I'm going to divide that out of each of my terms. So 9v to the 7th divided by 3v to the 5th gives me 3v squared, exactly. Negative 33v to the 6th divided by 3v to the 5th is minus 11v, right? 1v left on there. And then positive 30v to the 5th divided by 3v to the 5th. 30 divided by 3 is just 10, but I'm not going to have a v because 5 minus 5 is 0, right? So it's just a 10. Now I'm going to see, can I factor that farther? 3v to the 5th will be in front. And factor what's in the parentheses. So factors of 3v squared. So what did you use for your factors for 3v squared? 2b and 3b, right?
Yeah.
What are my signs going to be? Doesn't matter if you put 3b and b, it's the same thing.
Negative?
Both negative. The end is positive, so they're both the same as the middle, so a minus and a minus. And pair of factors for 10? 2 and 5. So it could be 1 and 10, but probably it's 2 and 5, and then we got to check that out and see if we can get a minus 11 in the middle. So when you plug them in, if we do the 2 and the 5, our outside product is negative 5v, our inside product's going to be negative 6v, and a negative 5 plus a negative 6, sure enough, adds up to negative 11. All right, go ahead and try number 12 there. So make sure you start on the right track. What did you come up with for your greatest common factor that you took out and put in front? 2u cubed. Yep. And when you divided by 2u cubed, you got 2u squared minus 9u minus 5. So when you factor that, you factored it into u and 2u. Your signs? Positive and a negative. At least that's where we're going to start. And then factors of 5. 1 and 5 is the only way you can get 5. It's just, do you want to put the 5 first or the 1 first? I want to get a minus 9 in the middle.
5 and 1.
5 and then the 1. And then if we look at that, we say, okay, my outside product is minus 1u. My inside product is positive 10u. That gives us a positive 9, but we really want a negative 9, so we got to swap our signs. Make that one the plus. And that one the minus. And that will be our answer then.